Okay, what's up guys? Welcome to another stream of Developer Habits. And in this series, if you don't know, we are building the Developer Habits blog using Gatsby JS on front end and Strapi CMS as our data source or a content management system. This is the third week we have been doing those live streams. The first week we were designing the blog. The second week we built the front end, and now we are connecting Strapi CMS to the GraphQL, not GraphQL, to Gatsby JS using GraphQL. Yesterday we were supposed to have a stream, but for personal reasons I had to cancel it. But I'm back today to continue building the blog of Developer Habits. So I'm gonna now share my screen to show you what's going on. So basically, if you don't know, this is the design for the article page. This is the design for the front page. Obviously there are some like sub pages which I am not going to cover. I forgot to need to put my microphone on, so sorry about that. Okay, that should be better. So I'm gonna show what we have done so far. Don't worry about those warnings, they will go away once we have the proper content. But let's see what we have at the moment. So this is the Gatsby page running. And I actually did some improvements from the last state of the last stream, and I am actually already pulling in some content from the CMS. So I'm gonna show you. I also created some example articles. Yeah, I had my part in checking if the stream works. It works. Anyways, so here I have some example articles, nothing fancy here. Just some articles from dev.to that I've written. But there are some improvements to be made, which I'm gonna mention or show you. Anyways, I am pulling in that data, so I'm gonna show you right away. I'm telling you, I haven't done anything like yesterday or today. So let's open the project. Hope it opens the right thing. Yes, it does. So basically, in the index.js, I am pulling in all Strapi articles. And these are the properties that I am pulling in. I'll quickly make sure that the stream works, because last week I had this incident where the stream was going on, but I didn't see the messages written to me, so that was bad. Anyways, everything seems to be working. So these are the properties that we pull in from Strapi, and now I can access those that data using data property passed into my React component called index page, and here I do some filtering. I'm getting like featured articles or a featured article. So at the moment I'm checking if article has a featured category, then it's a featured article. Let me try to find it from the CMS. Yeah, from senior to junior in 1 day featured category. Probably this can also be done in GraphQL sides, and I'm gonna look into it during the weekend. I'm gonna add a to-do here. Check how to properly query GraphQL. But if you already have some suggestions, then please do. The project will be live on that link, github.com get-developerHabits.fe, so you can do pull requests. Anyways, we get articles, featured article, and we have featured article displaying here on the top. As you can see, there's no image at the moment because I didn't finish what I started. But what I was thinking is the featured article, let's change the name of that component, featured article, that this component just takes in the necessary properties. At the moment I'm passing the whole article objects, but let's change it so it only passes the necessary information. I'm just going to go through what needs to be done and then we start doing. And also what I'd like to do today is get the latest articles to be displayed, which is basically already working, but there's like some design errors here. There's this empty space. Also display featured articles, which is already working. And then I'd like to generate all the article pages programmatically, so that when a new post is created in StrapiCMS, then we also can access it. The individual page of it can be accessed through the front-end part. So let's start from the beginning. Let's fix the featured article part. So featured article takes in those properties. So these are the properties it takes in, and we have to add them. So we need the image, we need the content, we need categories, and we can get them from featured article. So and the properties can be taken from here. Like this is the original map. But I'm also gonna use Strapi's GraphQL. I guess sandbox is the correct name. So we can copy this query and see what we have. So now it's easier for me to just check that what properties I need to access. So the first one is featured image. Let's check if featured image exists, and if it does, let's take the public URL dot public URL. So second one will be content. So featured article dot content, and featured article dot content. So I can already see that I don't actually need to check for the existence of featured article, because I can just do it. I'll finish that one. Yeah, I'm jumping around a bit, but hopefully it will get better in time. So categories will be, let's say, featured article dot categories, and author name will be featured article dot user and featured article dot user dot display name. So these are the properties we're passing in. Why is it screaming? Probably because we want to give it an object. So this is the way, double brackets. So what else do we want to do? Oh yeah, if there's no featured article, we don't display this this block here. So let's do that. Featured article, whoops. So let's do it so. Featured article and now we display the section. Because there's no point in showing this block if featured article does not exist. And I guess we can do it like that. So less nesting means easier to read. So now that we are passing information into featured article, we should also make use of that information. So let's go into featured article, and here we have featured article image and featured article cards. Let's start from featured article image. So all we need is to pass source to it. So let's pass source equals image. I'm gonna rename it to image source, so it's easily to understand that it's the source. So for some reason it's not displaying. I'm gonna remove my bookmarks. Why is it not showing? Let's see. I'm gonna just write some content out to see what's going on. And it seems like there's no featured image for that, at least it seems so, and that's correct. We need to give it a featured image. So now we should have the content. I think I need to run the project again to fetch the information. Let's see. I'm also gonna check that if anyone has written. So we now should have the latest information on our page. Still not displaying anything. That's weird. Let's see, console.log featured article, article grammar. So let's query the page again. There is a public URL. But why is it not displaying anything? Featured article, featured image. So that's why. I wonder if I can use, I'm not sure, I should be able to use this kind of syntax. I didn't remember how was it called. But yeah, basically it checks that featured image exists on featured article. If it does not, it returns undefined, and if so on. Like if public URL exists, it will return it. If not, then undefined. So you don't have to write those. You don't have to write AND statements. I wonder why is it not. Why is it not displaying anything for me? So it does get the proper source. So image source. Get more time because we are taking the article. Let's do it so. And from article we're gonna want to take, no, actually I'm gonna do it so that yeah, sorry, I don't know what I was doing. So basically these are the properties that we want, but at the moment we pass in article as a property. Instead, what we should be doing is pass each of those properties separately. So let's do that. I don't know what I was thinking. So each of those properties should be passed separately. And I'm gonna use some of my copy-paste skills here. Should be good. Yay! See, now we have everything that we need, and the image is shown as needed. So now that we have the featured image, we need to also display the actual content. For that, we have featured article cards, and we need to pass in some information here. So what do we need is first we need the title, we need intro, we need categories, and this is the author, but we'll get to that. I can still take it. So, and let's pass it in. So these are the properties that we need to pass. Two featured article cards. Can remove those commas and now use multi-line editing to pass the properties. So we need content, and we need categories, then we need author. Actually, author name is not enough, we need more information about that. So I'm gonna make it so author, and change also here author. Author is the property that we're passing in, and it will also get passed to featured article cards. I'm thinking if that could be done using higher order components actually. But the relations between featured article card and featured articles are quite straightforward at the moment, so not gonna worry about that at the moment. And we also need the title here, so title equals featured article title. Yay! But we need to query the title. Do we query it? Yes, we do. So this is cool. We are passing info to featured article cards, and now we need to display it. So title, here we must show intro, And here we have to loop through the categories. So what we can do is categories.map category, and for each category we're gonna return category item. So category without this, what was the property for displaying category dot name. So this is what we have here, and I'm not gonna change the route at the moment because we don't have pages for categories. Also, this part here needs a key. So I try to follow the rule: if there are more than one prop, then I will put them on separate lines. So let's do that here. And key can be category.id. So category.id. Cool. And I'm adding this hashtag because I just want to be cool. So what we can do now is check if this content that we just provided to featured article card is actually displayed. And we can see that it is displayed. But there are some problems. Firstly, we are displaying the whole content. Let's fix that. So what we can do is take part of the content. I don't remember what's the easiest way to do that. Content.substring is substring a method. Let's quickly check. JavaScript basics, JavaScript, substring. Yep, substring is a method. So let's take like 0 to 200 characters. And let's go back. Content.substring is not a function. String.substring, yes, it should be. Let's see. Content.substring is another function. Why is it not a function? It should be dot substring. It's lowercase. That's better. I should also add a substring to the title, I guess. It's quite big. Then again, the title is quite important. So let's keep it like that. Every category should also have an offset color, but I'm not gonna worry about it at the moment. This is something I can do off the stream. It's not that important. But we need to display correct author. So regarding author, we need to get some extra information about the user. We need to display name, but we also need user avatar. And I think we don't even have a thing called avatar for our users. So let's create it in Strapi. We need to go content type builder, user, and now we can add the auto reload feature is required to use this plugin. What? I'm gonna start my Strapi again. Strapi develop, Strapi start, npm run Strapi Strapi start. So we need to edit the fields. I wonder why I don't have the auto reload feature is needed. What Strapi auto reload feature? These are deprecated documentation. Let's go check why can't we use, or why can't we build why can't we add new fields? So habits CMS code, and now we should go to, as I saw, to server.json, but it's still deprecated. Let's see, auto reload. Server.json development auto reload. Start the Strapi application with auto reload enabled. Strapi.develop. That was the case. At the moment I'm running it with Strapi start, but we need to do it with Strapi develop. npm run Strapi develop, or no, let's check npm run to see possible commands. npm run develop. I feel I'm all over the place at the moment. So now we should be able to do field modifications in the admin. Yep. Let's add a user avatar field. Let's call it avatar. It's a single media, and it should only be images. Finish, save. And that's how easy it was. I'm gonna change it to lowercase. So now I'm gonna add an image as an author, and now we should be able to query it from Gatsby once I reload the project. So we created the fields in StrapiCMS, and now when I go to Gatsby GraphQL interface, then we should be able to do something like that. And let's get the public URL for that. So we have author and public URL. And let's also get it from here. So avatar public URL. Now what we can do, we are passing featured article.user, and user will have display name and author. So featured article cards will get author information, and now this is the part. I'm using some old system here. So what we actually want is this part. So I'm going to remove the icon now. It was just used as an example, and I was learning more about how Strapi works. Now we can get the real information. So let's give it author dot what was it? Avatar dot public URL. Avatar dot public URL. Hope it works. What's wrong here? Cannot read public URL of null. Oh yeah. How about that? Now it should get at least undefined. Yep. Image is undefined, but why is it undefined? So we are giving the author and what am I doing here? Featured article dot user. User display name author. Yes, that should be correct. Actually, we can use Chrome debugging tools for that. So let's open the page here instead. Yeah, I have some old windows open. So this is the page that we want. And now let's check what are the properties. Feature card. Author, null. Avatar is null. Why is it null? Let's see from our data sources first. So the article we are looking for is that one, and yes, indeed, the avatar is null. Because I don't even know. Let's go to Strapi. I'm gonna resave. I'm gonna resave this article. Now I'm gonna also give it a creation date. What happens now? There are definitely better ways to do that. Author is still null. I don't understand. Avatar public URL user. Okay, let's also check the ID. So ID is 1. I'm a bit bamboozled here. Why the first one has an image and the second one doesn't? So something's off. Or not. Okay, I'm gonna give it a new image. Really not sure what's going on here. So let's go further than your title. So this is my profile image at the moment. I'm gonna restart Gatsby. Let's see now. So this is the information that we get. The author is still null. I'm really bamboozled. Why don't we have the author articles get more? It's exactly the same information for the user. Something happened with my webcam. Let's see. Quickly check what's going on. I'm gonna add back the webcam, just a sec. Okay, it should be back now. Sorry about that. Oh, my camera is saying that the internal temperature is too high. Well, you can also see me from the other webcam, so let's do it like that. Video captured. Yay! Change the angle. Anyways, so we have the author here, but we don't have it for the other article. I wonder if it's some kind of like caching mechanism, or it's just something, I don't know, my stupidity. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. Let's see from here. We have all the information. Okay, I'm gonna delete all the other information and just check the user information. Let's see. Gatsby Strapi returns null. Why is it null? Does it like expect me to cache it, or I don't know. Or is it because I've done something wrong on the Strapi side? let's see, Strapi also has a GraphQL interface. So let's go to the playgrounds. We should be able to do something like that. Yep. And now let's get user, and let's get avatar. Oh, we also need like some kind of property from it. So let's take the URL. Okay, we see that Strapi's GraphQL returns it. So I'm gonna run Strapi server again. I'm also gonna run Gatsby again, but I'm gonna remove the cache of Gatsby. This is a really dangerous command, so if you use rm-rf, then be sure that it's the correct thing you want to remove, because, well, it removes the folder. So now I'm gonna do Gatsby develop and see if anything changed. There are some errors, not sure what it's about. So let's see. Let's go back to GraphQL here. And it works. I have no idea. We had to clear the cache and suddenly it started working. Or it may be because we did the query in Strapi. I'm not. I think it's because of the cache. Anyways, now we should be able to see the profile image. That's great. And while we are at it, we can also display the author's name. So let's create the name. Whoops. It needs to be a JavaScript expression, so let's do it with template literals. So it's gonna be author dot display name or empty string, and on here we are going to display the date when the article was created. So again, let's go check the properties that we can make use of. GraphQL, Gatsby, where's Gatsby's sandbox? Yes. So nodes, all Strapi articles, what can we use? Nodes, creation date or created at. So let's do it. So creation date. If there's no creation date, let's display created at. But we need to pass that information. So let's do it date or art created creation date. Yep, and we need to pass that in. Creation date. For that we also need to pass it in from here. Creation date from a featured article. And from index.js we have to pass in creation date equals featured article dot creation date, or featured article dot created at. So let's check the page again. Yay, this is what it looks like. So we finally have the article card ready. Let's do a quick fix here. Latest articles. I don't like this little offset here. It should be the same height that other articles are. So let's fix that. It's article section, and let's see what we can do. So we have article card. And article card inner wrapper should be height 100%. Yep. So let's see, articles card wrapper, but article card is the component we want, and let's give it article inner wrapper. Was it article inner wrapper? Yes. And it will get height of 100%. So now all the articles have the same width, even if the content is not as long as for other cards. Yay, this is cool. The content here, it seems to be the same, because I'm displaying like featured articles, but actually they are not featured articles if I'm correct. So yeah, these are just articles. So what we can do is let's do filter for articles, and I'm going to change featured articles to an array, and featured article will be the first element from that array. So, and now for featured articles, we can pass that array. And there's only one post at the moment that's featured. So now we are displaying featured articles and latest articles. We have to improve the like this filtering can probably be done using GraphQL, but I'm not that good with GraphQL, so I'm not going to do it during the streams to find out. But I will create the pull request for that, and I also have the to do to remind myself. So now what we need to do, I'd also like to generate the single pages for articles. For that, firstly, what we need to do on Strapi side, we need to generate a slug for each entry. So, because at the moment there's no such thing as slug for the article. And I found a really nice tutorial, create a slug system. So we're gonna create a new attribute for articles. So article, add a new field. And what can we do with it? To start building your slug system, you need a string field as a base for your slug. In this example, we will use title. You will also need another string field that contains the slugified value of your title. In this case, we will use slug. And so basically, we're gonna create a new field. Let's call it slug, advanced settings. Default value. We don't need default value, but we do need a placeholder Where can I set that? Click on the article link in the left news and on the add new article. Okay, I need to go to the layout, I guess. I'm gonna refresh the page. Configure the view. At the bottom, configure the layout button. Configure the view. Click on the slug field. Okay, we need to create the attribute first. Okay, sorry. Anyways, let's go to article. Quickly checking that the stream is working. So let's go add another field. Text. Let's call it slug. Finish. Save. Now I'm gonna go configure the view. I'm gonna drag and drop it next to the title. Okay, now we can create a placeholder generated automatically. Yes, and let's make it not editable. And basically, this field will be auto-generated based on the title. So let's create it. And we need to go, what do we need to do? We need Slugify node module. Yep, I have worked with that. So npm install save Slugify. When it's done, you have to update the life cycle of the article content type. So we can find article content type, article, and what file was it? Article models. Okay, and here we can see different life cycles. What do we need to do? So before save, if there's a model title, then model slug will be slugified version of title, and before update, if there is an update to the title, then we also update the slugified title. So I can copy and paste it because I read it through and I understand what we need to do. I actually like this kind of syntax. So if we return as soon as possible. Now you don't have to do that, but this is something I really like to do. And also here, if there's no update or no title change, can we do it like that? I wonder. Let's see. But anyways, this is what we are doing. Let's see if it actually works. It can't read it. And we used Node 12. We are using Node 12. Okay. So let's do it. Const has updated title. And this is what we can do. So we're gonna reuse our code. And now, if there is not an updated title, we return. If there is, we're gonna use it to update the slug. Easy peasy. Let's see if it actually works. So, let's try it out. Freelancing pre. So this is the featured article. Let's save it. Model.getUpdate is not a function. Did I do something incorrectly? What did I do incorrectly? Well, I should be using a debugger here, but I don't have it set it up. Model.getUpdate is not a function, but that's what it says in the documentation. Attributes. Previous attributes. Changed. Relations. Let's search. Because I guess I'm just gonna do a quick test if that works. Because we are probably not using Mongoose. Yeah, well, we are not using Mongoose as our database. And that worked. So if options.method equals insert and attributes.title. Okay, if we are inserting a new article, then attributes will be, and attributes.title is part of the attributes, then we set the slug. If it's an update and title exists in the attributes, then we set new attributes, slug attributes. Okay. I'm also not a fan of else if statements, so that's what I usually do. In my opinion, it makes it easier to read, so let's keep it that way. And also I want to lowercase it to lowercase, so the slugs will always be lowercased. Yep, seems better now. So now we also have a slug system, and I guess we need to remove the cache of Gatsby. There were some errors. Okay, but does it work now? Oh, not finished. Fetch Strapi data. I closed it too early, and I don't have the server running. So, meanwhile, while it's doing its thing, we can see how to generate dynamic pages. And for that, I found a really nice example from Gatsby's examples. And basic what we need to do is go to Gatsby NodeJS file. Do we have it? Gatsby nodes. So basically, I have this really simple boilerplate here that takes data from products.json, but now we instead want to get data from using GraphQL. So this is the part here. We query the data using GraphQL and then create pages based on the properties that we need. So I'm going to do some heavy copy and pasting from Gatsby nodes, and let's go through those. There are various packages included here, so I'm going to remove the ones that we don't need probably. Create remote file, also not needed. Date format, not needed. Not needed. Remark, looks like we only need path. Yep. Make, oh, we don't even need that, or yeah, we do that for getting the component or template for our page. So we are getting actions, and we are getting GraphQL, because we also want to make use of GraphQL. This is how it's supposed to look like. Okay, so now instead of using JSON, we're gonna take it from here using GraphQL, and this is why GraphQL is here. Okay, so little indenting problems. Really struggling with indenting things properly. Should be okay now. So index, it should be an async function, right? Yep. And here we have data. So, and now what we are going to do, we are going to loop over the data. But before that, let's get all the articles, and basically we can use the same query we've been using in index. I'm not sure if it works exactly like that. I've never done it before, but let's see. So this is the data. Let's see if we can access this content. I should set up, I'm gonna add a to-do for myself. To-do, set up debugger. It is so much easier to debug Node with a debugger. And I'm not gonna do anything here. So let's see. Just like to see if Gatsby node file actually works. Okay, object null, but it does get So data, all Strapi articles. It does get the nodes. The object is null. Let's do it like that. JSON.stringify data null, and I think it was like that. So there's extra space. Let's run it again. Gatsby node. So it does get all the information that we need. So that is good, because now what we can do is first let's do an if statement. If there's no data, then there's no need to do anything. All Strapi articles, nodes length. So and nodes dot length. If there's no length, then we return. And actually there's even a better way to do that. If array dot is, was it array dot is empty? There was a better function, JavaScript array is empty. Oh my god, I'm starting to forget everything. Let me just check it from here. Array dot is was there a built-in function for checking just if array is empty? I don't remember. Anyways, let's check the length. Data.allStrapiArticles.nodes.length. If there's no length, then we return. Otherwise, we are going to loop through the nodes. Take article. For each article, we are now doing creating a page. For context, we're gonna actually think we can add all the properties that article has. So it's gonna look like that. And also at the moment I have the page here. This is like the template for article. I'm gonna move it under let's create a new folder called templates, and under templates we have template for a specific page. I assume it's gonna be called data, or no, context. Yep, context. And we can console log out context. Page data. And let's get that file. Source templates and article.js. Let's see if it works. Didn't I need path to resolve it? I think I do. Path.resolve. Yep. Okay, let's see what's happening. I'm playing around with my windows. Did we break anything, or how does it work? Oh my god. Your site Gatsby NodeJS created page with a component that doesn't exist. Templates article should be alright. Huh. Source template. Okay. Require dot resolve. Let's do it like that. Source templates article. But okay, node require. Let's try again. So path.resolve didn't work. I probably misused it. I've got tons of errors, or not errors, but warnings. But I'm gonna look into them once we check the pages. Or doing it off stream is maybe better. So localhost. Yeah, how I usually do programming is that I want to get pieces ready. Once one piece is ready, then I go into refactoring, because I'm the kind of person who really wants to see the results and then is motivated to do the refactoring or whatnot. I'm gonna change the articles, but at the moment it's gonna be article. Seems like we don't have that page. I'm gonna console log articles log, and I'm gonna log out the whole path for an article. So let's see again. So we should be grading some pages, right? Article.slog is undefined because we are not querying it. Dumb. And even if we do, some of the articles are missing it because they were created before the slug system existed. But this article here should exist. Oops. Yes, it works, and it should also have the information. No page data. Why does it not have page data? I'm gonna do it that way. Props. So yes. So these are the props that we have. And page context is the property I was looking for. So this is the all the information that we give in Gatsby nodes. So this information, all the article properties. Let's see if it actually works as intended. And it does, yes. And now we can read this information about the post. So we can have, for example, page context.title. In categories we can have, I'm gonna make them all with one color at the moment, but as you can see I have tons of refactoring to be done, but it's okay because at the moment I just want to show you what the page looks like with real data. Page context.category. Actually, tomorrow's session can be about refactoring. Let's refactor things that need to be refactored, and after that we can move forwards, because I don't have a specific plan for this week, because backend wise we are quite close to being done. We are fetching information, we're grading article pages. So categories, page.categories, category, so this is the single category, and now we are going to return a colorful tag. Let's give it a key, category.id, I guess. Yes, would make a good candidate for the key. Also color will be blue. And now this is what it looks like, category.name. Let's give it the content, the actual content now of the article. Page context.content. What else? Featured image.public URL. So it's gonna be page context.featured image.public URL. I want to type page content, although it's page context. What else can we have here? That one also needs to be changed actually. Seems quite good already. Where's the author? Oh, that's where the author is. So let's take text with icon and give it the actual author content. And we already did that part in featured article cards. So what we can do is copy from there. And so page context dot user, and here we should do page context dot user. Okay, I'm gonna remove those at the moment, although I need to add them back. And here also we're going to display page context dot creation date or created at. And no worries, we're going to refactor all of it tomorrow. I'm going to give the alt text cool because we need to add a new field. So actually why am I postponing? It's actually really easy. Let's just give it the alt tag of the name of the author. So let's see what it all looks like. As you can see, the content is formatted, not formatted, and it looks really ugly, but we have dynamic content, which is super awesome. We are getting somewhere. Anyways guys, I'm gonna finish this vlog for today, and we got quite many things done. Firstly, if we go to index, we now have the featured article here. We have latest articles, we have featured articles, and we also generate single pages, and it all comes from Strapi. We generate the pages in Gatsby, and it's all dynamic now, which is really cool. There's tons of refactoring now to be done before we move forward, so tomorrow I'm gonna focus. Actually no, tomorrow we have this work event, so there won't be a stream at the evening, but I will figure something out. Anyways, the next session will be about refactoring what we have done so far, and then we can move forward and also like do the formatting of the content, and also add featured articles here. I will come up with a plan what needs to be done next. But at the moment, guys, I thank you for listening. I hope you learned something new about Gatsby or Strapi or whatnot, and see you in the next stream. Ciao.